everybody, it's Julie from abbeautifulhorizon.com, and today we're talking about minimalist homeschooling. So my last video on minimalist homeschooling did surprisingly well. I didn't think that many people would be interested in what I'm doing for homeschooling, so I was kind of excited to see that there really was some interest there. And I thought I would go ahead and do an update since we have gotten through some of the things that I talked about in my first video, and we're kind of moving towards other things. And there's some things that we're going to do now and some things that we're just going to do over the summer that are kind of easy, but then we can focus on other things now and kind of divide it up a little bit. So it's kind of like homeschooling year round, but it's definitely more curriculum based in the school year and then more like fun, easy things during our break. So right now we are still going through Teaching Textbooks 3, and it has been a lot of review. We did Horizon 2 last year, and a lot of the things that we're learning right now with Teaching Textbooks 3 is review. And I thought about skipping ahead, but I just decided, you know what, it's going to be worth it to really cement into my son's mind what he needs to know with these basics right now. And it's not really a big deal to kind of just review more, you know? And so I decided that we'll keep going, but we'll be getting into, you know, Teaching Textbooks 4, and he is learning a lot of things, and they do explain some of the things a little bit differently than Horizon does, and so we just really enjoyed it. I know that they have like a placement test for kids if you want to put them in 4 instead of in 3, and you know, we might could have done that, but I'm kind of happy just to go with what we have, and that way he'll really have that down and he can build off of that platform. We are also still going through our Christian Cottage Schools book. This is volume 3, God Bless America, and so it's learning all about North America, South America, and everything in between, explorers and that sort of thing, early settlers, and we're about halfway through this now, and I'm really enjoying it, and we've read a few books from the library that it has suggested and enjoyed those. And some of them are for his reading level, and some of them are for me to read to him. So we have really liked that. We finished the phonics books from Sing, Spell, Read, and Write, and we've read a couple of books, like I said, from the library, and now we're going into the McGuffey's readers, and they have them all the way from like beginner readers and learning to read, all the way up to, I think it's 4th or 5th grade. And I didn't use these for the beginning. They do a lot of like sight words, and I like sight words, but I chose to go with a phonics program instead. And so we went through Alpha Phonics first, and then we went to the Sing, Spell, Read, and Write books for phonics. And now we're going to go ahead and start with the 2nd reader, and then we'll go through the 3rd, 4th, and I think there's a 5th maybe. And this actually, I found that this is the same group or company that makes Ray's Arithmetic, and then we actually went through that when my son was a little bit younger. And they also do the Spencerian penmanship program, and it's like 5 books learning really nice cursive writing. So I think we'll be doing this during the summer just for a little bit of handwriting practice. I'm learning right now he's writing a lot with like his spelling and just writing sentences having to do with our unit studies. And so I think during the summer, when we have a little bit more free time, we can do a little bit of his handwriting practice and really focus on cursive instead of print. And I'd also like to do some reading during the summer as well. I'd like to go through the Christian Liberty readers. Right now we're going through this, and if we finish this, great. And if we have time, we'll get into the 3rd one. If not, we'll do it next year. And to me, it's not a big deal. I think that practicing is just always really important, and it's been little by little. It was really hard in the beginning teaching him to read, and it's just been little by little by little, and it's amazing to watch a kid go from can't read anything to starting to learn, you know, more and more and more. It's just awesome. It's like such a privilege to be able to teach him. Now that he's done with his phonics, we've started introducing spelling. So right now we're going through the Spelling Power. It actually has notes in it from when I was a kid, and so it's kind of a mess in there, but it still works good. So we're just kind of going through and writing them out and then practicing them, and I'm really taking it slow because this is literally from age 8 to adult comprehensive spelling skills. So this will take you all the way through, and it's what I used, and I really enjoyed it. And so I think we're just going to take our time with it because they can always go through it faster at the end when they're younger. We just kind of take our time, and this is very much how I've approached education with my son, is, you know, you're just going at the speed that you can when they're little, and then as they get older, they read more, they write more, they spell more, and it's easier than trying to make it, you know, the same amount all the time. I think it's easier to start little and work your way up to when, you know, it's easy to do more when they're older. So we have our primary composition book. We use this for spelling practice. We use it for writing sentences. He's even drawn some pictures in it, even though it's not that kind of a paper. And it's really nice to have it all together. So in the past, I've done some loose leaf paper, and that's fine, but then trying to keep it all together is kind of a pain. So I was given this one by my sister-in-law, and I really appreciate it because having it all together in one place and not having to worry about it like getting lost or eaten by the dog or whatever is really nice. We started to use this at the same time we started the spelling, and I kind of decided he wasn't really comprehending it well, and even though I was teaching him, I didn't feel like it really didn't really seem that beneficial. So I'm going to wait until 4th grade, and I know a lot of people do, especially with the Charlotte Mason followers. They like to wait until 4th grade to start grammar. So I'm always correcting his grammar as we're speaking, and I think that's helpful, but we're gonna wait for next year to do this. So that's my update. I would love to hear how school is going for you. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!